Hey Sushi Rolls, welcome back to my tutorial series. Today I'll be showing you how to tween a walk cycle. So, as you can see, I've opened GachaClub and I'm now screenshotting the body shoots. This part is a personal preference on how many layers you want, because it doesn't matter how many layers you actually need, but I like to screenshot so I have every single body part differently. And let's just wait for me to finish. Okay, so after that, you need to go into the studio with that same character. After that, just screenshot every single walking pose that GachaClub offers. Well, the first 4, not all of them. But you can just adjust it. And again, this part is optional. But I would recommend doing this because it makes the walking cycle process a lot easier. Okay, so after that, you can just open a file in any drawing software you want to use. I'm using IbisPaint, but apps like Sketchbook, BlackPink, and Clip Studio also work really good. I use IbisPaint for mobile, but Clip Studio works wonders on a PC. What I'm doing right now is separating all the parts and putting a transparent background on all the images so I can tween them. I'm making a few adjustments, but that's totally optional. Okay, so after that, I'm assembling the parts by putting one of the already put together bodies behind all of those layers so it makes it easier. Personally, I think having more layers is better because you can make your character look more interesting and alive, but all you really need, if you're a beginner, is separate arms and separate legs to do a successful walking cycle. And again, I'm making a couple more adjustments so that it looks a little better, because GachaClub is good, but when you separate the parts, some of them look a little weird. Again, I recommend using a straight standing one, but I was really lazy and I forgot, so I'm just using one of the poses I use for the walking cycle. Putting all the parts together is actually really easy. You just have to separate them and then do this. Oh, sorry, I didn't write the script this far ahead because I thought this part would be shorter, but it is not. Anyway, so once you are finished that though, I have a couple tips for assembling. Well, you can watch this. Basically, just when you're assembling, try to remember that you are using this character to tween, so it has to look like the actual character or like a real character. You can't just put all the parts together randomly. You might have to resize things, but try not to move them around too much, because then it might make the image blurry, and that would not be the best. So pretty much all you have to do is assemble the parts, and then you might have to change the order of them, because sometimes when you're separating them, you might miss a few things. And here I am again adjusting, because the legs go in the front, but they have a lot of space on the top, and you don't want that showing in the body. Okay, so once I finish that, or once you're finished that, you can name all your parts what the part is. This part is completely optional. It really does not matter at all. But for me, I prefer doing it because it makes everything look more organized and cleaner. And it honestly is just a lot easier. Like if you need to adjust the part, you don't have to go through 5, like 10. Find the right part, you can just look for it, and after that you can also put it in folders, but again, that's also optional. And folders is just so you don't have to scroll through a bunch of layers. Like if you need something from the head, you can just click on it, because you can close the folder, so you can just click on head instead of having to scroll through like a million folders. This is helpful for me because I use too many. Anyway, so now I'm going into Alight Motion. I usually use KineMaster, but it's been on the fritz lately, so I'll be using Alight Motion. But any tweening software honestly works, and right now I'm just messing around with it. But you can use like whatchamacall. You can use CuteCut. Again, you can use KineMaster. You can use Live 2D, but I don't think that'll work as well, because you can't put the images behind it. But honestly, Live 2D is really easy to use, so you can use that. Okay, now this part is going to be really long because I've recorded for a while because of how much stuff you need to do. So right now I'm just sizing everything up, and I'm putting the screenshots there. So I'm not sure if I play it or not, but that'll be our base. So once we put in the parts, we can tween over that. So I'm lowering the opacity so I can I can tween under it, and it'll make it look more thorough. Ugh, my voice is getting tired. I normally don't talk this much, especially to a phone screen. But yeah, so this part you can skip ahead of because it's not really important. I'm just importing the parts. So yeah. Okay, so I'm back. I finished importing all the parts and naming them because Alight Motion doesn't import it with the name. So honestly, the part in IbisPaint, you don't even really have to do it. you're gonna have to rename it anyway if you're using Alight Motion and you have the ability to do that and you want to. But anyway, now what you have to do is just match up. Well, first you're gonna need to go into the transition thing. I'm gonna say this right now, so I don't have to say it later, because what I'm doing right now is pretty self-explanatory, just matching up the legs with a transition. So to move the pivot point, you want to go to the move button. It's the top one that I'm on right now. You just want to click it, and that's how you can find the pivot point to move. It's like the axis in CuteCut, or in KineMaster. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. So now I'm just matching everything up. That's what you're gonna have to do for everything. So just match it up with the image, and yeah, you can just watch this until the next stage. Okay, so now as you can see, I'm doing more, and I'm on to the next image. So this is a little different because now you have to move everything. So you have to move the body, you have to move the arms, you have to move the head, the face, the hair, which can be a little more tedious because you have to get everything exact, but it's honestly not as hard as you would think. Here's the point that I wanted to talk about. It may be really hard with the image on top of it. So what you can do is you can erase the image to adjust it, and then you can bring it back if you need it. But once you get the sort of premises of where all the positions need to be, you can honestly erase that because you don't need it anymore. And especially if it's harder. So now I'm just adjusting because I realized that other parts are kind of out of whack because of having that. And yeah, so we just have to keep adjusting it to how it needs to be. And yeah, I'll get back to you when I need to. Oh, by the way, you're probably gonna see me scroll down a couple times by accident. I did not turn it on airplane mode, so you're gonna see stuff. This was honestly not the most professional thing. I scripted it, and that's about all I did. Because this is just to show you how I'm not trying to be all fancy and stuff. I'm not even using a microphone or anything. I'm recording on my phone in my bed. So yeah. I guess right now while you're watching, I can just talk to you guys. So a couple quick announcements. The trailer for Blinded Power will be out really soon. I'm already working on the tweening and stuff. It's super exciting. Well, it's exciting for me because I got most of the voice lines and I just need 2 more. But I got the important ones in. And the movie is making great progress. I'm already 10 minutes done my movie. I will post the prologue in like a couple weeks after I post. I might do a trailer, but probably won't. Also, you can adjust things that you maybe didn't see in IbisPaint. or whatever thing you were doing. And yeah, you just keep adjusting and adjusting. I am also participating in GachaTube's Evil competition. I don't think I'll win, but yeah. Yep, there's one of the notifications. You'll see me moving around that too a little bit, so. Because I didn't do a hide feature, because last time I did that, I got super confused, and it ended up recording like 2 hours and took up all my storage. So yeah, I don't know why it is glitching out for me right now. Maybe not when you're watching this, and if so, I'm sorry, but if it is glitching out, you're not missing anything important right now. So after that, you just want to keep adjusting everything, and honestly just continue the process. It's nothing new, so you can just watch from here, and bye-bye. Okay, so we are reaching the end of the tutorial, and this is the part where I'm just making my final things. And after this, it's up to you. And if you want to show me what you did, just use hashtag Sushi tutorial and I will get you. Bye bye.